Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Everspace 2, where today we are headed home. It is finally happening. I am not allowing myself to be distracted anymore. Probably, maybe. We'll see. I feel like I say things like this a lot, and sometimes they come true. Every once in a while. It's an awful lot of rocking back and forth considering we're moving through, sort of formless void. Wouldn't expect there to be a lot of buffeting currents or anything.
It's me again.
Fallon Tango.
Did you miss me?
Why is he saying it like that?
Necessarily.
We're working together on a thing, dude.
What is it?
As there is no such thing as a secure channel, I'd rather have you come here.
Can't you just give me a hint?
It concerns a random wreck that almost fried your ship's AI.
Yes, we know.
All right. I'll visit when I can. Guy gives me the creeps.
I am still on the comms with you, Adam Roslin.
Wavelengths and beeps. I'll be right there.
You can hear the sound of me trying to interact with the gate. I mean, are they... Maybe it's supposed to be the case that there's... Maybe it's supposed to be, like, longer than it actually was for us between the last meeting with Fallon and that message. I can't... Because, like, it's so obvious that that is what it would be about. That's the only thing that he could even possibly be calling us about. And for Adam to be, like... First of all, surprised that he's contacting us and just kind of, like, generally disgusted, like, I don't know. It doesn't make any damn sense. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't going to get distracted, but what I meant was I'm not going to get distracted from doing this thing that the lady at our base wanted us to do, because I'm sure the next step of this will be to return to her and bring her, I think, her stuff. We're going to get her stuff. We're tracking down the things that were separated from her when we stole her pod. Maybe. We'll see.
This place is a lot more crowded than I remember it. Let's see what this is about. Oh, scrap. It's management's elite squad.
Yeah, really kicking my ass here. If we're done with that nonsense.
It says that Delia's belongings were shipped to Nephthys Station.
Oh.
Guess it's time to pay Officer Shaw another visit.
Alright, well, I was definitely interested in going to Nephthys anyway, so that works out alright. Did that big ship drop anything interesting? It actually seems to have dropped literally nothing. Weird. Do you mind? What kind of random cargo freighter just opens fire on a heavily armed enemy bomber that's trying to jump away? That feels like a situation where you just like you keep your mouth shut and you let them leave the way they were intending to. Also, it turns out Nephthys Plains is like 8 seconds that way, so... Alright, they love me here. This should be easy. Also, I have a lot of guns.
Ah, Mr. Roslin. I'm afraid you have come at an inconvenient time.
What's wrong?
We were just ransacked by our own head management. Blakemore's elite squad removed large amounts of provisions and weaponry from our hold. When it comes to cutting lifelines, this is a new low, even for management.
Are you sure they took it all? I recently passed Naria transit point and all I saw were a bunch of cargo drones waiting to be scanned. But no one around to move them anywhere. Could be the stuff you're missing.
You must be joking. Agnetha sent me all data coming from the transit station. Well, I'll be. You're right, Mr. Roslin. Looks like someone reshuffled our hand for us. Is there anything I can do to repay you for this situational update?
Actually, I'm looking for a cargo drone with this number. I was told that it was sent here.
Let me check.
Also, a free tier upgrade on my ship, you know?
It was part of a shipment containing new medical personnel. We had sent out a request for a new doctor, but only their luggage arrived. Since we had no use for their possessions, we dumped the cargo drone in a nearby junk hole. You might still find it there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Losing a full-blown doctor was just as bad as getting our provisions halved. Maybe worse. As it stands, I have 2 miners in medbay with only an unskilled AI operator treating them. So, should you ever find out what happened to the lost doctor, don't hesitate to tell us.
I'll look into it.
I am certain you will. Godspeed, Mr. Roslin. It was good seeing you again.
He's just gonna let these people suffer. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so... no great big gunships available, but we can still get a sense of... Okay, we're probably looking at... Geez, trade into 3+ is 244,000. And any other ship is going to be, you know, like in that same neighborhood at least. All right, well, I guess we still have some saving to do. Because our own ship is a 2+, right? Yeah. So we're pretty close to being able to hit a 3. We're pretty far away from a 3+. I mean, I might take an upgrade to a 3. It depends on what the actual stat change is. So we would lose a significant amount of shield and armor here. We would actually gain hull and handling and a little bit of speed, a little tiny bit of speed. Only 1 secondary weapon slot, but 4 consumables and 4 devices. Destroyed enemies may leave behind a wreck that can be salvaged to spawn an allied drone that persists between locations. Okay, and you actually have double shield capacity if you have no drones, so it looks a lot better than it is. Yeah, that's really interesting. Drones regenerate constantly, are immune to debuffs, and collecting wreckage restores shields. Okay, I would make an upgrade. I would make an upgrade to this ship if we could afford it. One thing we can do while we're here is offload some of this cargo, though, right? Yep, mining equipment. Made ourselves a decent little profit there, because what we bought each of those at like 45 and we sold them at 71. A lot of this stuff I maybe should have tried to move in the last sector. Whatever, we're headed back out after this. We'll do it. That got us a pretty significant chunk of the way toward where we're going. I scrap a lot of gear, but we could sell... I don't know, can I make... It was 144? Well, okay, let's do this job for them. Although the ships in the hangar change out pretty aggressively, don't they? So it's like 3K. These are all approximately the same price. So we have about 6, 10. I mean, I could just part with cargo at not optimal prices, right? I don't even have to consider selling weapons to make it there. All right. Well, what do you say? I think maybe it's time for a change up. I know that we've built up a pretty solid strategy and stuff here, but this ship really needs some love on the cosmetic front. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the trade-in. Buy and transfer new to home base or create. These are so... How would you have so much money? Okay, our whole everything is about to shift. So we're probably seeing a pretty significant downgrade in toughness.
This is what it's all about.
I should hope that this acquisition had more purpose than mere gratification.
We have an extra device slot, so at the very least, we can run something new here. So I could run the nano transmitter, not neurotransmitter, to get some of that lifesteal back. The temporal nano recompensator restores a bunch of armor. Missile defense system destroys all missiles within a certain 380 meters when fully upgraded. That is a very small area. The fusion hook, there is still the fusion hook, pushes the target toward the aim direction. Target receives +1 or 100% increased collision damage. Target's level must not exceed your own level +2. That is kind of funny. I mean, I'll say that. Ooh, pushed targets drop energy orbs. Just a way of just generating orbs in the middle of combat. That's kind of neat. The corrosion injector, of course, would be powerful. Quantum entangler is kind of interesting. I think I like the magnetic repulsor. I would like to learn how to use this very funny device. So let's equip that and just go ahead and master it. And we're one device upgrade from being able to master another one. I think let's go energy leak at first, just so we can kind of get a handle on the base functionality of this thing. So expertise increases the hull and damage of our drones, as well as the interaction range for the Rex. Okay. What if I just trick it out in one of our old color schemes? You know, I don't hate that, honestly. Out of curiosity, what kind of changes can we make here? Yeah, I think that looks cool. This just draws the cockpit back into the ship, even further back into the ship. Yeah, I think this is neat. This sort of like sitting high and the gun's actually in front instead of below the body, so they're less likely to get sheared off by debris. Yeah, let's go with that one. We still have never picked up another wing module. Huh. This is weird. What are these big handles for? Okay, I kind of like that. Weird looking ship. Let's go learn how to use it. Oh, actually, before we do anything else, I should also... If we're only going to have one kind of missile equipped, is it the cruise missiles? Probably not, right? I assume these drones will benefit from our other drone upgrades. We gained cargo space. That's something I wasn't really thinking about, but that is nice. What do we want to run as an additional So this just works on your primary weapons. It doesn't affect the drones, which makes that a lot less enticing. Maybe it's just more energy shields. Maybe like emergency health. Yeah, let's take emergency health. So what missiles do I want to have equipped? The homing missiles certainly do some good work. I do really like these in theory, but we can't rely on them. You know, we only have 5 of them per thing until we go get more ammo. So that is a little bit less attractive. We'll be using them a lot less, but still, as a thing to do against like really large targets, they're kind of interesting. Yeah, let's keep those equipped. Or like, honestly, maybe like EMP missiles would be good for this ship in particular. We haven't seen decent EMP missiles in a while. Yeah, let's build some. Okay, 2,000 meters. On primary weapon critical hit, 20% chance to fire a free missile at the locked target. Yo, that's actually very fun with an EMP missile. 7.6 seconds effect duration. This seems really good. All right, equip that. I don't know what to do with the other missiles. We'll think about it later. Okay. Let's try this thing. Okay, we have an indicator for our drones.
You have reached the aforementioned junk hole.
Seeing this, I wonder if Delia's stuff is still in one piece.
Well, we can hope. Delia's stuff. A synthetic cardboard box with a handwritten name on it.
Delia Wenda.
Also, it says, "Is this what the homeworldians call vintage?" Homeworldian is ridiculous. People would just say homeworlder. Come on now.
Yep, this is it. Let's take it back to her.
Huh. There is a stranded ship. Wait, where's the... Here we go. Oh, the stranded ship is down in there. It's just a different cavern. Well, I mean, we can rescue a person while we're at it.
Deposit ready for extraction. Maintenance requested.
Alright, no worries, little guy. I gotcha.
Required. Last service in 137 soul cycles. Deposit ready for extraction.
Could this thing really have been out here for that long?
Oh, how I wish I could just engage my cruise drive with something attached to the front of the ship. I guess at this point it's not really worth it, but I could have used the dash device. That would have been smart.
Maintenance underway. Updating system registry. Deposit extracted.
There you go. Finally where you need to be.
Alright, I guess it's just time to head back. So in theory, with the extra drones, with all the drones, we could be providing not just a lot of extra firepower, but also they might distract the enemies a little bit.
La-di-da. Can't you see me?
Scrap, is your speech processor glitching again?
No. I am reading out file names from one of the storage units inside the box.
Don't tell me you're rummaging through Delia's things.
It may interest you that the box contains no research material, but mostly outdated media files.
Delia will know if anything's missing. You just keep your nose out of it, okay?
As you wish.
It's really not my business what kind of old shitty music she's into. I might have another go at the sort of colors and cosmetics of this ship, but I'll do it off camera. I'll do it between episodes.
You're back.
It's been a bit of a journey, but is this what you've been looking for?
Looks about right. Let me check.
A friend of mine called Shaw told me where to find it. He's the chief officer of Nephthys Station. That's where they were shipping you. He's a good guy. Told me losing a doctor put them in a pretty tough spot.
Oh, damn it.
What is it?
Those bastards took my research files. I had made certain that they would be shipped along with me, but G&B must have removed them after they froze me.
What kind of research?
Medical stuff. You wouldn't... Sorry, I don't want to take this out on you. It just looks like G&B screwed me over far worse than I had thought. So, what were you saying about this Shaw?
Forget it. It's not important.
Yeah, those people could
You're
just
missing
die.
the doctor, huh? I'm not very keen on moving to their base, but I could set up a secure line and talk to them. If they have any medical emergencies, I might be able to assist them remotely.
You are aware that they're G&B, right?
I do, but I am a doctor above all else. Once again, I'm walking back into my forest with open eyes. It's a reference to a song. At least my books and music are still in that box. It will keep me sane for a while.
What kind of books?
All sorts. Guilty pleasures, high art. Most of it pre-off-worldian stuff. But I like it. Hey, once things have calmed down a bit, I could give you an introduction.
I would like that.
Good. We have an appointment. Well, I gotta get back to my lab. Thanks again, Adam.
You're welcome.
The dialogue was long and strangely delivered, but at least it was doing good, like, character stuff, you know? Alright, were we not... We were supposed to meet a new friend back here, weren't we? I certainly thought so. Okay, maybe I was wrong. This was worth doing anyway, and we managed to get a new ship out of it. Do I want to throw anything in storage? I have a lot of stuff in storage already. This is just like stuff I thought I might use someday. Level 10 high capacity mines. Ridiculous. Okay. I do need to take some time to like actually go through all this stuff, right? So, rockets are great. And these are great rockets. No two ways about that. But they are level 16. We're not going to be using them with this ship, probably. I think let's just scrap them. By the time we would be in a position to maybe be considering using them again, we won't want to use them anymore. The math will be too bad. Okay, are we still cool with pulse laser railgun? I mean, this pulse laser might be worth replacing. Because, like, we have some stuff like a powerful eradicator and whatnot. Things that we should consider applying on the merits of their bonus damage. So this is part of the redemption set. Redemption set 2. Some asteroids are not what they seem. You sense weakness in the hearts of your enemies. Are they even real? I kind of want to see what that does. So, I mean, these eradicators, these Gauss cannons can do a pretty bananas amount of damage once you actually have them spun all the way up. Very high energy capacity, pretty high energy consumption. And hardly any range change. Honestly, like, the bonus experience per kill is neat. But I think that just the raw damage output makes that an attractive trade-off. There's no universe where we're using this pulse laser, I don't think. Do I want... Well, this is just one with a powerful catalyst built into it, effectively, right? Is what powerful means, so there's no reason to take the other one over this. And I guess that means I'm going to scrap this for the star-crossed, whatever, the star-charged conduit, and, of course, blueprint progress. We're definitely not on this coil gun. What would be the value of equipping this? 2% chance with each hit to deal corrosion damage. It seems like an odd weapon to use alongside the thermocannon. Like they kind of seem like they have similar applications, right? I do want to have 2 points of the redemption set right away, but I don't think this makes sense. And while these cruise missiles have been fun, they are just cruise missiles that we built. Like there's nothing special about them. If we want new ones, if we want to have cruise missiles again, we should just craft new ones, and then we'll have the benefit of them being a higher level. Don't think there's any chance we use this. I might keep the homing missiles on in case I decide, you know, I don't like what we're getting out of that. The efficient enforcer can go for sure. I'm going to swap this with medium nanobots. And then I probably don't need to throw anything in the in storage here. Killing an enemy with this weapon has a 10% chance to refill your currently equipped secondary weapon. So something like that, I don't know, like, do we want to have a mid-range weapon and a long-range weapon for picking at our enemies safely from a distance and disabling drones completely oftentimes? Or do we want to have a mid-range weapon and then a close-range super punishing weapon for when they get right up in our face? I don't know. 550 range is pretty unreliable. Like, we already have a hard enough time hitting people with our EMP, and that thing's omnidirectional. It does feel like, though, it's got a charge damage increase, right? So this is a chargeable weapon. It does feel like if you charge this up and then you let somebody have it, it is probably going to kill them immediately, and there's something to be said for that. I think I'm going to scrap it. I think I'd rather stay with the long-range weapon in the secondary slot. We're starting to get a fair number of star-charged conduits built up, which is cool. And then this leaves me 20 spaces. Yeah, and we can just, scrap other garbage in the field if we want to. Okay, I guess let's go. I could have sworn we told, what's his name, Tareen, to meet us at the base. Do we have a thing, maybe? No, it doesn't seem like it. We don't have a mission related to him, so I guess it'll happen when it happens. Is there anything else that we want to do while we are here? Trader at Union Bridge asked me to search for a databank created by Bloodstar. I don't know that I care about that. Yeah, okay. Let's, there are more of these vaults, but the loot in them is not going to be any good anymore. Yeah, I guess let's just get back on it. This was a good stop off, though. Also, I will say this: I'm not 100% sure because obviously we're not seeing it compared to the size of any entrances or anything. But I feel like this ship is more compact horizontally. We're less likely to get into a position where my wings are scraping the edge of every corridor we go through. And I would definitely consider that a significant upside. You know, I was kind of waiting until we get into like some proper combat to generate the drones, but I guess, does the level of the enemy affect anything? Like, we probably could just go pick on some really weak enemies to generate our first set of drones. There, of course, aren't any here. Whatever, we'll run into somebody to shoot eventually, I'm sure. Alright, enough with the back and forth. Perhaps you could just give me whatever it is that you're going to give me.
I usually like to chatter a bit.
I'm well aware.
Although in this instance, the issue is extremely pressing. The parasite is spreading. To what extent, I cannot tell. I investigated deeper into the matter of the host ship, the Nordborg. In fact, I made contact with someone who worked on the project. The individual, a researcher, wishes to remain anonymous, but has nevertheless shared some of his knowledge with me. He even had an idea why you might not have been affected.
Okay, elaborate.
Your outdated hive unit offers a degree of protection through its obsolescence.
If I had a hand, I would slap you across the face.
So my ship is immune?
The parasite, following its parasitic nature, was not designed to attack colonial tech, but it is learning.
It is trying to find a way in.
But more importantly, it seems the parasite you found at the Nordborg was able to imitate human behavior. It communicated with you, is that right?
Yes, it did. It was a little cryptic, but at least it could be concise.
Unlike everybody else around
Simple
here.
imitation is very unusual. New strands don't start on that level of adaptation. This researcher believed the worst had happened, and the parasite has begun to evolve to imitate life signals. So a simple bioscan would no longer suffice.
I don't like where this is going.
If he's right, this parasite has spent decades in its cage, honing its skills. It could be what we would call the alpha strain. The researcher is bound to know more.
Where do I find him?
That's the problem. He was attempting to locate the parasite to study its progress when he disappeared. I'll give you his last known location.
Okay, sounds good.
At the time, he was testing a new scanner configuration, which could potentially expose the parasite.
Sounds like the sooner we nip this thing in the bud, the less likely it'll spread. I'll call you when I find the researcher, Pango.
If nothing is done, I fear the DMZ could become even more inhospitable to organic life.
What an altruist, you know? Do you want any of my cargo? No, not really. It looks like we could get, like, okay prices on some of this stuff. What, we paid like 20 for these, right? He'll take them for 30. We paid 20 something. Yeah, I'll just hold on to it. It's fine. All right. I would have thought. What is our yellow mission has us pursuing Hannah, right? Where was missions pad? I do kind of want to do the parasite thing. Yeah, all right, let's focus on this first. I do think this ship looks rad. Not that the visual design of the old ship was bad or anything, but I really like this one. All right, let me pull some enemies here just to give us something to experiment with. That was a terrible shot. There we go. Who do you think you are?
Got him.
Okay. So that's what it looks like when there's wreckage.
I am registering Bloodstar signatures in the vicinity.
Sure.
You destroyed our bases. Now we destroy you.
Yeah, well, you got what was coming to you. Deal with it.
Was that my own drone that just crashed into me? So we don't actually get any kind of like indicator for their health or anything. It would seem. Sorry, this is the wrong. There we go. Cruise drive. Cruise drive is what I was trying to engage. I like our little formation. This is cool. But I have to wonder in real combat, in like high risk area combat, how durable they'll be, how often they'll just get shot down. I fired way before I had lock on. What was I doing? Okay. So the drones we generate with the consumable are single location drones, but certainly that's probably a thing that's worth doing at a thing that's worth doing at like a high risk area.
Researcher we're looking for must be somewhere around here.
I have marked the given coordinates for you.
Whoa, hey, stop. I'm here to help.
It does not appear as if he is in the humor for pleasant conversation.
Alright, I guess I'm just killing him.
Stop.
There we go.
Stop shooting. This is a misunderstanding. It's dangerous here. You need to leave.
Please, are you the researcher working with Pango? I came for your help. I need to know all about the parasite.
It's too dangerous. I must insist that you leave.
Don't worry. I'm here to help. Let me call our mutual contact to straighten this out, okay? I'm patching you through to Pango now.
I'm glad my colleague Adam found you. Why didn't you answer my calls?
I needed to hide, so I shut down my systems, which helped. But I don't need your assistance. Please, leave.
Adam is part responsible for the current mess, and has an interest in its outcome. Also, I dare say that he is the better combat pilot.
All right.
Listen, I'm sure what they're saying is very important, but so's getting paid.
I know another location where you can find more of the entity.
Send me the coordinates. I'll have a look.
Alright. I wonder how easy it is for them to get taken out by just like environmental damage. You know, lightning, corrosion clouds, and stuff. Okay, so where are we headed? Union Border Control. Alright. Yeah, we're definitely going to go and try the Kite high risk area again before we head back onto our main plot, since we're almost out there anyway, and I really do want to see these drones in real combat.
That formation over there seems quite suspicious. Outlaws, G&B, and Okar hanging out together? I should investigate.
Oops, that was a
May I
little
remind you
misclick.
that there is a parasite in this vicinity which could undermine my ability to function.
Yes, Hive, but you're obsolete, remember? I'm hailing the G&B vessel. Hello, my name is Adam. How are you faring?
No response, although I am registering life signs.
Maybe I sounded too much like a salesman. I'll try again. I used to work for G&B myself. I just have a quick question.
I am G&B. I work like a drone.
Are you alright?
I am.
Can you tell me your name?
I am.
Okay, something's wrong. Let's try that scanner configuration Pango gave us.
Careful now.
Are we... Okay. What is the meaning of... Okay, I had to get really close to them is all.
Oh, scrap. They didn't like that.
I will say that this, I'm definitely feeling the lack of immediacy with this weapon. And I do not love it.
The Okar aren't following me anymore. I should try to stay out of their sight for a while.
Weird thing to say at this moment.
Oh, it's something. Hive, you alright?
Yes, I can only presume that the parasite in its early stage is not able to infiltrate the ship's systems.
Okay, so note, we do get a readout in the red circles up in the top left on the health of our drones.
Looks like the scanner triggers the parasite badly. It attacked me right away, but there was nothing I couldn't handle.
I know that the scanner works. For now.
I thought you might be more pleased with that bit of news.
I'm certain that the entity will adapt to the scanner at some point.
Then we should deal with it before that happens.
I have another location for you. I'll send you the coordinates.
Sure, I'll have a look.
Alright, we are doing this in the slowest possible way, but we're getting it done, I suppose. I suppose it technically counts. I wonder if my EMP is going to affect my drones. I would hope that it would only affect unfriendlies, but...
Nordborg again. This place spooks me out every time.
There is another uncommon combination of ships.
Okay, let's see if they're real or not. Hello? Anyone home?
Home?
Find them and be sure about this. Scrap. What a shame.
Who could possibly have foreseen this?
We should make sure by scanning a few more of them.
Have you noticed that every time you destroy one of these ships, another one jumps in?
Yeah, I guess we need to do this for a while then.
We'll just exhaust their entire supply of ships. Listen, how many places can the parasite have spread to in such a short time, right?
Making any progress?
Eradicating this thing? Yes. Saving lives? No.
You were trading one conscious being for another.
What are you talking about? This thing is killing people. We have to stop it before it spreads all over the DMZ.
Your actions have no use. The entity is already endless. It would be better for you to leave.
No, I already told you that. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why he would have thought otherwise.
I can't believe I fell for it.
You did. And now there is no escape from this place.
Jump drives are suppressed.
You will become one of us.
All right, I definitely am feeling a little bit less actual competence in combat here.
Not defeat me. There will always be more.
All right, I fired the ult. Let's see how the drones do damage output wise here.
Surrender to the inevitable.
There's gotta be something we can do.
There is a barrage of unknown signals emanating from our location to far beyond this vicinity.
Maybe that's what's attracting the ships.
I cannot confirm.
No time for speculation. Mark the source of the signal.
I have located the signal source. It is a beacon.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so pretty scary, pretty scary.
Fate. You are destroying mere objects. You cannot destroy me.
Yeah, like look at how long it takes me to get the kill.
Come on, die already.
This might not.
A little bit of bloodlust to stir the spirit.
This might not be a feasible. Oh, I hit the wrong button there. I meant to fire the drone, and instead I launched a. I meant to launch a drone, and instead I fired the nano injector. I mean, it's not the end of the world. The nano injector is a good idea as well. And maybe even a cloak.
Useless. I am easily replaced.
Got a couple of them there.
Time is running out for you.
Annihilator is doing all right work.
Intercepted.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting a lot of. We have really good damage output. This is just a huge number of enemies. It does feel like everything's taking a ton of damage constantly. Like the drones are doing the thing. I'm very proud of them.
Result. Observe stats periodically to ensure they are not depleted in combat.
I'm working. I'm working. Yeah, the frustrating thing here is that while we are undoubtedly dealing more damage, it's kind of like weirdly spread out, and I don't have a lot of control over it. All Alright, let's cloak up and try to back off a little bit here. The drones will still fight while we're cloaked. The cloak is fun. But yeah, I think I want to try to change out to a different weapon. I need a primary weapon that's gonna deal more immediate damage.
Cross another one off.
I actually think this is a really good. This is a particularly good. What do you call it? It's a particularly good bomber weapon because you can use missiles as the immediate damage while you're winding up the Gauss thing. Okay. That was fun. We did some good initial work. It was a good like combat workout experience. Let's actually do the mission now. So what do I want to equip? Did I run all the way out of nanobots? No, I didn't think so. I guess a damage limiter and like turret thing maybe? Yeah. The damage booster will do. Alright. Ooh.
This is far from a textbook engagement.
Yeah, jeez. I didn't wait long enough. Like I needed to give myself some time before starting movement again after equipping devices, because the fact that I didn't have any of them active made that really dangerous. Oh, damn it. Where is it? It's on the outside of the vessel? That's a shame. Where is it? Okay, it's not on the outside of the vessel. It's in... Huh. I can't actually find the emitter? Is it in a...
Why don't they just give up?
That's a problem. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, let me refocus here. I thought destroy the signal emitter meant like go to the three or four points and blow them up, but actually one of them is deep inside of a solid block of metal, and it's very difficult to find time to like look around in a detailed fashion while being shot at by that many enemies. So that definitely turned out to be more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But it was worth, I think, taking all the time just fighting an endless supply of enemies to get a good read on our new combat capabilities. I tried using the push device a couple of times there, and I didn't really see how much effect it was having. But it's kind of a panicked situation, right? Phalanx mode, friends.
Surrender to the inevitable.
There's gotta be something we can do. There is a barrage of unknown signals emanating from our location to far beyond this vicinity.
Maybe that's what's attracting the ships.
I cannot confirm.
No time for speculation. Mark the source of the signal.
I have located the signal source. It is a beacon.
Let's get to it.
Okay. So supposedly there's a beacon over here. Okay, the walls... There's a way that this game communicates that a thing is destructible. And it just chose not to do that in this case. That's what the problem was.
Another source.
Are you serious? Where is it?
I need time to pinpoint.
I don't have time, Hive.
Just minute.
No, Hive. Don't fail me now.
Alright, let's deliver the virus. EMP a couple of these nerds. It seems like my drones are not really taking any meaningful damage during combat. The enemies are very focused on me.
This fight is way unfair.
I really don't like the whining. This fight is way unfair is not a good thing for your hero character to be saying.
Hive, are you there? Hive, answer me! No. I need to destroy that thing right now.
Alright, we're doing it. Damn it, my cruise drive almost started. Alright, one more down.
Hive, hope you're alright.
Oh, wait, I should really have equipped new stuff. Okay, so we know that the cloaking field generator is a real winner in this circumstance.
Your worries will be a thing of the past.
Not as long as I'm breathing. Can't see any more ships approaching. Must have worked.
A little bit of distance while all of that stuff all that stuff becomes available.
It's only a matter of time now. Accept your fate. You are destroying mere objects. You cannot destroy me. My death won't mean a thing.
It means something to me.
Okay.
I don't see any moving ships. Is it over? Hive, are you there? Hive?
System successfully rebooted.
Glad to hear that voice. Is it really you?
Unfortunately, yes. I had hoped to wake up on another assignment.
Yep, it's you all right. Welcome back. What happened?
The parasite attempted to infiltrate my systems. As a last resort, I went into hibernation mode.
So, how were you able to reboot yourself?
I left one receiving end open, the ship's internal communications input device.
You followed my voice home? That is almost romantic, Hive.
I took the assumption that the parasite would be more focused on attacking the ship's vital systems than the less necessary organic component.
But we know the parasite can mimic voices too. How could you be so sure it was really me?
There was an element of care to the tone, proof of emotional empathy, which the parasite is unable to replicate, much less comprehend.
So much chatter.
Yeah, I'll buy that. I should return.
You
to
shouldn't. It's ridiculous.
Sure, I want to talk about this in person.
Alright. It's like after any significant thing happens, we have to just burn a certain amount of time before I'm allowed to jump out of the location. So everything's kind of back there. Like I said, I would like to take the other jump and try to do that high-risk location. But I think we're going to need a different weapon. So let's jump through and then we'll take a look at our crafting area and we'll try to figure out what we might want to do for a primary. Because the wind-up time on this weapon is too brutal when I don't have any like immediate sources of damage. Oh. I was pressing F to try to grab loot there, and I accidentally grabbed a mine. Okay. Yeah, I will say the fact that we're not like just automatically at full health at the end of every battle, because we don't have that latent hull repair from the expertise anymore. It sucks. It is a real bummer. Okay, let's take a quick look at our crafting menu and figure out what we might want to do. So we certainly... I can improvise a primary weapon. It would take all of our star charge conduits. I think this is a terrible idea. So I'd like something that we want to complement our railgun, right? Something that has a reasonable engagement range. I hate the fact that there's no just like base stats card here. You know what I might do? I might go like see if there's a wiki. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna call the episode right here, actually. I'm gonna see if there's a wiki or something where I can look up the base stats of the weapons so that I know what kind of thing to build. Like, I think we have a very vague sense of how each of these functions, but this should exist in the game, and they are just fucking up. So we're gonna rely on the internet to repair this functionality. So when you come back, I will have made a decision about what weapon we're going to try to build, and then we will head out into the high-risk area and see if the drones can help us survive what we could not survive before. And we'll see you then.